Kritika. Welcome back to my channel. It was my birthday yesterday. I turned 28, and I feel like every year on my birthday, I usually end up posting some video or the other. Last year, I was on a flight to Seattle when I turned 27, and the year before that, I remember going live and celebrating with you guys. So this year, since I'm at home and I'm also nearing the end of my 20s, I thought it might be a good idea to share some of the lessons that I've learned over the years in my 20s. So I'm dividing my 20 lessons into three categories. First, we've got general life related lessons. Second, we've got work and money related lessons. And third is relationship related lessons. So let's get started. It's okay if you don't know what you want to do for the rest of your life. Don't put so much pressure on yourself. Looking back at my 20s, I remember especially at the start of my 20s, I used to be so lost and confused. I used to work in finance. I didn't really like it as much as I thought I would. Then I tried a job in advertising. I had 2 jobs in advertising, then moved to marketing, and I also studied advertising. I tried a lot of different things, and somehow I couldn't stick to any job, and I thought something was wrong with me. But over time, I stumbled upon YouTube, and I never thought that would be my career. But right now, it makes me happy, and it's also sustaining me financially. Even now, I don't know if this is what I want to be doing for the rest of my life, but I've realized that it's okay as long as you're doing something that you enjoy and it makes you happy and it's also sustaining you financially. That's more than enough for now. You don't have to have the whole path laid out in front of you. As long as you know the next few steps you want to take, I think that's good enough. And it also feels like everyone has their shit together, but trust me, most people don't. Your 20s are the perfect time to experiment, try new things. I feel like it's as important to know what you don't want to do as it is to know what you want to do. So try a bunch of things, eliminate the things you don't enjoy, and that's how you sort of figure out what you want to be doing. Everyone has their own timeline, and there's no such thing as the right timeline. There's no rush. Life is long. You don't need to accomplish something by a certain age. This is something I still have to keep reminding myself, especially now because a lot of my friends are getting married. So I feel like I have the pressure that I need to get married in a few years, otherwise I'll be left behind. But yeah, I feel like this is something that happens a lot in your 20s, especially because until your teenage years, everyone is sort of at the same level. You're all in school, then you go to college, so everyone's doing the same thing. But once you enter your 20s, suddenly everyone's choosing different paths for themselves, and you feel like maybe you're not doing the right thing, so you start doubting yourself. But keep reminding yourself that everyone is on their own journey. It's not right to compare your timeline to someone else's, especially because your goals may be different. There may be other circumstances in play, and like they say, comparison is the thief of joy. As long as you're on your journey and you're at peace with the decisions you make, I think that's what is more important. At the same time, life is also too short. I know this is the literal opposite of what I said in my previous point, but oftentimes we feel like people are just going to live on forever and things will remain the same way forever, but that's not the case. Life is too uncertain and too short sometimes. So take every opportunity you get to tell the people you love that you love them, and be grateful for the people in your life, and stop overthinking things you want to do because life is just too short for that. It is better to regret the things you've done than the things you haven't done. Every time I look back and think about the things I regret, it's always been things that I haven't done, whether it was a work opportunity that I didn't take up because I was scared or just thought that I wasn't good enough, or telling someone that I'm into them because I was afraid they won't reciprocate my feelings. So I can't remember whose quote this is, but basically it says that if a cool opportunity comes your way, just say yes and then figure out how to do it. So that's kind of the strategy I adopt now. I just say yes to everything I want to do, even if I feel like I'm not good enough, or even if it makes me very scared, and then I just figure out how to do it. And I think this mentality is what helped me quit my job and take up YouTube full time as well, because honestly it was one of the scariest decisions at the time, but looking back now, I'm so glad I did it. Everything that happens to you is for your growth. The hardest times I've been through have been the times when I've grown the most as a person, and they've been very transformative in that sense. So now every time I go through something difficult, I just think of it as the universe's way of helping me up level as a human. This doesn't mean that it's gonna suck any less. When you're going through something bad, it's gonna feel as bad, but having this mentality that okay, this is just something that is helping me grow helps me feel detached from the outcome of the situation, whether it's going to be good or bad. So yeah, I think this mentality is good to help you sail through tough times. Travel solo at least a couple of times. You'll learn so much about yourself and you'll grow so much as a human. You may not like solo travel. It's not really for everyone, and it may be uncomfortable at first, but I still feel like everyone should experience solo travel at least a couple of times in their life because it's one of the most empowering feelings. I personally enjoy solo travel, but I still think my most preferred form of traveling is with other people. I think one other person is like my most ideal type of traveling. But still, every time I've gone on a solo trip, it's just been an amazing experience that I can't put to words. And each time I come back from a solo trip, I feel like a new and reformed person. So definitely solo travel if possible. If you want your dreams to come true, you need to actually plan and take action to make them happen. So many times we tell ourselves that someday I will work out and be fit, someday I will travel the world, someday I will be rich, but that someday is never going to arrive. So if you want to accomplish something or do something, you need to plan for it, be more intentional, actually put in the work and make it happen. Never stop learning. Be a student for at least 30 minutes a day. Invest in yourself and your education. I think this is one of the best investments you can make. And I don't necessarily mean college or like traditional education as such. We live in a digital age where literally all the information is at the tip of our fingers. And I think investing in learning new skills and up-leveling yourself is one of the most important types of investment you will make. For me personally, I've had to invest my time and money to learn how to film videos, how to edit videos, how to take photos, how to run a digital business that I do right now. And these investments have honestly paid off so much because I've literally built a career around this and make a decent amount of money doing this as well. So this is something very important. And this is the perfect opportunity to segue into the sponsor for today's video, Skillshare. I've spoken about Skillshare so many times in the past, but it's genuinely one of my favorite and most affordable platforms to learn skills, especially if you're looking to learn something creative. They have lots of classes on different creative topics like photography, videography, design, illustration, productivity, and entrepreneurship. And I've been using Skillshare for over 2 years now. I can't even tell you how much I've learned on that platform and how valuable it's been for me. And I have a special offer for you guys. The first 1,000 people to click the link in my description will get a free trial of Skillshare Premium. And with a premium membership, you can access all their classes. After your free trial, if you want to pay for the subscription, it's under $10 a month if you get the annual subscription. I think in this week itself, I've probably done 4 or 5 classes on Skillshare. And the class I'm currently doing right now is called How to Use Notion to Organize Your Life by Anna Lenkovska. And Notion is the platform I've been using recently to sort of organize my whole life. And her class has been really nice so far. She teaches you everything from like how to set up databases, how to use Kanban boards, how to create your own templates and stuff like that. But yeah, definitely try out Skillshare if you're into cool creative topics. Now moving on to work and money related lessons. It's okay to not have a traditional career path. I honestly never imagined this is what I would be doing. I was always a good student, so I felt like I needed to make responsible career choices. So for the longest time, I felt like a creative career path is not a good idea. And I wish in my early 20s I didn't feel that way, because I really wish I'd started YouTubing and Instagramming and blogging a lot earlier. But you can definitely make a living doing an unconventional job, especially if that's what you really want to do and if you're willing to put in the work. Save your money. I think this is the most important tip. Save at least 20% of your income, if not more. These days I've honestly been saving like more than 60-70% of my income just because I'm back home and I don't really have any major expenses. But I know this money will come in handy when I start traveling and when I start building a team, which is something I'm thinking about. But regardless of what your situation is, make it a point to save money, and not just save, also try to look at different ways to invest your money, because you ultimately want your money to work for you and make you more money. If there's one thing you take away from this video, it has to be this tip. Always live within your means, and if you're earning X amount, pay off all your expenses, save whatever you're planning to save, and then if there's anything left, use that for like other expenses like shopping and stuff. I often see people doing it the other way around, where they spend, do all their shopping, and then if there's anything left, they'll save. But make saving your priority and learn about investing and figure out how you want to invest your money. Another person's success does not mean your failure. If anything, it's just proof that you can do that too. So many times we see other people accomplish what we want, and especially in my field where everything is like out there in the public and it's largely driven by numbers, it's easy to see someone succeed and get disheartened. But like I said, everyone's on their journey, and honestly we don't even know what people are doing behind the scenes and how much work they're putting in. So I keep reminding myself not to compare myself to others, and honestly if you're comparing your success to someone else's, I think you've already failed. So just be on your journey, celebrate other people's successes, and think of it as a sign that if someone else has accomplished something you want to accomplish, that means that you can do it too. So yeah, that's just a positive way to look at it. It's always a good idea to diversify your income and have different revenue streams. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. This is something I've had to learn, especially during the last year with COVID, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate. So many of my friends either lost their jobs or got pay cuts and stuff, and even I lost a lot of like brand deals and stuff during those few months when COVID was at its peak. So I think it's important to have different revenue streams. I know if you have a job, it may be harder because in my case, I can do like a lot of different ways to make money. But that's why learning new skills and investing your money is all the more important, because if you lose your job or something happens, at least you have the skill to like find another job or do something else. It's better to spend your money on experiences than things. Of course, you do need to spend on certain necessities, but every time I look back, the best moments that I remember have been experiences, whether it's spending time with family or friends or memories from a trip that I've been on. And it's never been like that expensive bag that I bought or random clothes that I've bought or expensive cameras that I've bought. So yeah, sometimes you do need to buy things, and I'm not denying that things do bring you happiness, but I feel like with material things, the joy is very short-lived, whereas with experiences, you sort of remember it for your whole life and you can feel the joy over time. So always focus on experiences rather than things. Stop fearing failure and imperfection. This is one of the biggest things that's stopping you from growing and achieving your dreams. You can't avoid failure, but if you don't try something just because you're scared you'll fail at it, then you've already failed by default. Failing in itself is not bad, but not learning from your mistakes is. So make as many mistakes as you want. That just means that you're trying new things, and that's always a good thing. Same with imperfection. So many times I've not done certain things just because I thought it wouldn't be perfect, and I think this is something I'm still working on. But I like using the 80-20 principle here, Pareto's principle, putting my economics degree to use. So basically, if something is 80% good enough, then I think that's fine. You don't need to stress too much about making it 100% perfect. And I think one of my favorite quotes is "done is better than perfect." So that's something I keep reminding myself. Now moving on to relationship lessons. Don't expect to find happiness in a relationship. Your happiness is in your own hands, and expecting your partner or your friend or parent or sibling or whoever you're expecting it from to be the source of your happiness is not only unfair for them, but it's also a very unhealthy expectation to have. I don't think you can be in a happy relationship if you're not a happy single person first. So work on yourself, on your happiness first before you jump into a relationship. Take the effort to maintain your friendships. As you grow older, especially in my case, because my friends live all over the world and not in the same city as I do, it becomes so difficult to maintain friendships. People just grow apart, and if you don't actively work on maintaining that friendship and keeping in touch, you sort of just get distance. So if there's people you care about and if there are friends you want to have in your life, then actively work towards maintaining that friendship. And it obviously goes both ways, but I think it's super worth it. Also, I feel like as you grow older, it's a lot harder to make friends. When you're younger, you're in college, it's just easy to meet people and make friends, and your life sort of just revolves around your friends. But as you grow older, it's very hard to make like close friends. I don't mean acquaintances, because I think I'm good at like meeting new people and like sort of becoming friends with them as acquaintances, but I mean close friends. So if you come across someone who you really vibe with, then take that extra effort to build a friendship with them, because as you grow older, there'll be fewer and fewer opportunities, I feel, to make like new friendships. Learn to love yourself and take care of yourself. Self-love cannot be taught, it can only be learned. And I don't mean spa days or just pampering yourself, but I mean really taking the time to get to know yourself and build a healthy relationship with yourself. I think this is one of the most important things, and this will also determine the quality of your other relationships. If someone walks away, whether it's a friend or a romantic partner, let them. Everyone comes into your life to serve a purpose in some way or another. Recently, I came across this phrase, let go or be dragged, and it hit me so hard because so many times we hold on to relationships longer than we should, and it only ends up hurting us because we're getting dragged along the way. So sometimes, unfortunately, friendships end, relationships end, and people just change. And the best thing to do for yourself is to be grateful for the time that you had with them and let them go and move on. Do not settle for relationships, for jobs, friendships, anything in life. You're worth what you are asking for, and you should not have to settle. Obviously, this does not mean that you shouldn't be accommodating in a relationship or not be adjusting with your friends. But what I mean is that if you feel like you deserve something, then you shouldn't settle for anything less than that and strive to get what you think you deserve. You haven't seen it all, and 28 is honestly not as old as you think it is. Great things are coming your way, and like always, they'll hit you when you least expect it. So keep doing your thing, put in the work, be a good person, and know that good things are coming your way. Those were some of my lessons. Looking back, I think my 20s have honestly been crazy. I've had lots of ups and downs, a lot of amazing experiences. I know I still have 2 more years to go in my 20s, and I can't wait to see what these 2 years have in store for me. So that's all for this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.